In the last few weeks, there have been a lot of articles written by some fairly prominent economists about something called stagflation. And I think the bottom line to this is no, it's not going to happen. But let's just actually define what this stagflation is and whether or not it's a bad thing. So this is what stagflation is really. It's got the inflationary element, but without really all the exciting growth that typically goes with it. The last time we really had any issue with it was back in the 1970s. Oil prices are rising again, but there's no mechanism to embed that, to drive that into wages, to push that into higher prices, back into wages again, and keep it going for a horrible, vicious cycle. Other things are different too. The manufacturing sector was a huge deal back then. It's been in terminal decline ever since. If they put up a wage increase and you couldn't really afford it, well, you couldn't get rid of them either. These days, of course, the service sector is far, far bigger and it's very easy to replace people. So bottom line, there's no mechanism. And with no mechanism to generate this embedded inflation and wage spiral, then stagflation just doesn't come through. But is this going to be such a bad thing after all? So you hear people saying things like, well, what we could do is let inflation run at, say, 4% a year, and if we do that for a decade, that should take care of our debt problem. Let inflation run at 4%? We're lucky if we can get it close to 2% these days. We couldn't make it happen if we tried. So in the end, sadly, I think stagflation isn't going to come. Sadly, because I think if it did come, it would be kind of useful. And there's going to have to be another solution to this huge debt overhang that we're going to get. What that is, I've no idea. That's stuff for another video.